I'm Phoebe Wood and welcome to Pantry 101. Today I'm going to show you how to create a spectacular chocolate cake using a few basic ingredients from your pantry and your fridge. The star of this beautiful cake is Nutella. I like to keep Nutella in my pantry because it adds a really decadent touch to any dessert, and it also utilises overripe bananas, which I always have on my bench top. So the first thing we're going to do is line our cake pan. Lightly grease your cake pan with spray oil, then add a circle of baking paper to the base and one big strip for the sides. Now we're ready to get started on the cake batter. So the first thing we're going to do is mash those overripe bananas with Nutella and butter, and that's the base of the cake. The thing that I also love about this recipe is that it doesn't require a fancy mixer. Everything just goes into one big bowl and then we mix it by hand. So we'll add our sifted cocoa to the bowl and use a good quality cocoa here. I've got a mix of plain flour and self-raising flour which I've sifted together. Caster sugar. Then I've got some lightly beaten eggs. Some room temperature sour cream. So everything is at the same temperature so that it bakes nice and evenly. And we'll just mix that together. And here we can add in our beautiful Nutella mixture. And then we'll just give this a good mix. And then we just add to our pan. You can smooth the cake batter using a palette knife or the back of a spoon. Our cake is now ready to bake. It does have quite a long cooking time, so stick with it. I promise you'll have a beautiful decadent mud cake at the end of this. It does also puff up a bit when it's cooking, but it will sink back down as it's cooling. Loosely cover the cake with foil after an hour of baking, and then return the cake to the oven and bake for another hour and 20 minutes. Our cake is now completely cooled. You do get a few little cracks on top, so I'm just going to trim that off using a large serrated knife so you have a nice flat top, or alternatively you can just flip it over and serve with the base side up. The final element of our mud cake is a beautiful Nutella glaze. It's just two elements, Nutella and cream, and we're just going to heat it over the stove top, then pour it over the cake. I like to pour the glaze at the table so everyone can enjoy the theatre of this spectacular mud cake. And finally, sprinkle with toasted hazelnuts. I love having baking essentials in my pantry so I can make a decadent cake anytime I have a sweet craving. This one is a real showstopper. It's rich and fudgy, and there's no way anyone could resist a bite. For this recipe and more, head to delicious.com.au.